Friendly greetings again. 'Tis I, Linden, and welcome to another Second Life Tip of the Week. This is number 2 in an ongoing series to help improve your Second Life. So, I'm trying out our new release candidate viewer. It's an optional update. I'm enjoying some of the bug fixes that come with it. You may want to check it out. I highly encourage it as we make progress. So, today's tip of the week will concern furthering your camera controls. Now, what's the advantage of that? Well, you notice I have the client menu open. This isn't open by default, but if you followed last week's tip, you know that Ctrl-Alt-D on Windows or Option Ctrl-D on a Mac shows and hides it. So I just tap that to show it, right? So within here, we want to click on the client menu. And specifically, you see what it says here? It's even got a shortcut, Ctrl-Alt-C, for disable camera constraints. Now, what does that mean? Let me give you a very quick example. So, you may likely already be familiar with moving the camera, unless you're really new to Second Life, and if you are, it's time to learn and have some fun. So I'm going to hold down the Alt key, right? And the cursor changes to this magnifying glass with a plus. And I can move, right? I can zoom in. But I can only go so far. If I want to explore paths into the forest, it's not going to let me. Unless I go up to the client menu, disable camera constraints, and watch this. I will be able to navigate as long as I'm grabbing objects, meaning I am focusing on the points. See, I can go right through the trees and, hello, how are you doing? And you can't see me. My avatar is still way back there. And you can confirm this, of course, by just tapping escape with the chat bar closed. Watch, it's going to rebound me. Woo! So that was just very quick there. And this is useful for a number of cases. For example, if you're building something pretty big and you want to get a view on the other side. Oh, by the way, right there, not just to move too fast, but I was holding down Alt-Control. See, the cursor changes again to orbit. Basic but very useful camera trick. So zoom is just holding down Alt, and orbit is holding down Alt and Control. You can also easily select objects that are far away and get their owners if another option is enabled, and let me show you what that is. Okay, limit select distance. Normally I believe this is on. So what happens when that's on and you try to select something? It won't show because it's too far out of range. So what can be handy is if you disable that and you try again, right click and edit, and it will show our creator and owner. Now, by the way, I was encouraged to do this tip thanks to Prospero Linden and some of the nice viewer mail I got from residents. Some people asked, client menu, disable camera constraints. It currently does not persist across login sessions, which means every time you log in, you have to turn it back on if this is what you want. However, good news, because Linden actually fixed this and it's going to be in a future release. We don't have a target on that yet, but it will be in there. So, you may recall from last week, client menu and debug settings. There is a lot in here. What do we want to do? What do we want to do? Let me zoom out first. Let me just get all the way out here to the other side of the region to show you something that is good for machinima or just having some fun. You want to type in zoom time, 2M, zoom time into autocomplete, enter. So it says, as it says, a time of transition between different camera modes in seconds. So default is 0.4. Now it's very noticeable when you change that to 4, enter, and then you push escape with the chat bar closed and you want to reset your view. Now watch, it's going to be very cinematic as it traverses back to my avatar. Dun, 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 dun. So this is great, and you now notice it always affects my camera. It makes it very bouncy, so if you want to swing it, just swing it like that, whoo, swing it like that, and you can like throw it around and lift my hands off the keyboard, and again, it's great for doing sort of camera shots. If you get impatient, just set it to 0, and it will automatically snap suddenly. See? It suddenly snaps. So the default is a good mix between snapping and more gradual behavior. That's a little more fun with moving your camera further and better. Just remember that. Client menu, disable camera constraints or Ctrl-Alt-C in anticipation of the next third Second Life tip of the week. This has been Linden, and thank you graciously for joining me. I hope you find a way to use this tip every day to make your Second Life better.